1 year of college down. Here's what I learned. I can't believe 1 year of college done already, guys. Like, it flew by so quickly. I'm out the other. Actually, I'm not look forward to work, you know. Actually, I like be a student and my school, my like my lunch money be my income. Work. Anyways, here is what I learned. So I wrote down some little stuff that my freshman year of college taught me, or just things I learned in my freshman year, not necessarily related to school. I think there's like 2 school related things in there, but majority of them are just things I learned about myself and things that I think that other persons would want to know before going to college, or I don't know, things that I can learn from this. I don't know, guys. I don't know. My first thing is that relationships require intention. That's one of the main things that I learned this year at school. Not just, let me not say not just, because I don't got no romantic relationships, child. Any form of relationship, friendship, my relationship with God, family, whatever it is, any relationships that you're in, they require intention. And the reason I feel like I learned that this year of college was because a lot is going on. I had friends who gone to other schools and stuff like that, and I realized that like the only way for me to maintain these friendships is if both of us are intentional and actually show up for each other, even though we are not like in proximity with each other anymore. Because I do think that like leaving high school, you will realize that like some of the people that you consider your friends, y'all were just friends because of proximity. Like y'all don't actually want to put in that intentionality to maintain an actual sense of a friendship. So yeah, in my relationship with God, because there were so many times when like I was like busy, or just not busy but tired, but like the relationship with God have to maintain, and it is a relationship. Like God is not an abstract being. God is a being who relates to us. He's a personal being, which means that to maintain my relationship with God, I also have to be intentional. So that is the first thing. Friends are not that easy to find. I started college being like, oh, I'm gonna make friends. Where are the friends? The friends know that I was trying to make them? Apparently not. Because ended the school year, yes, I met new people and I spoke to a lot of new people, but I mean like I didn't meet anybody that was like, let me not say that. Because I actually really like the people that I met. I'm just saying that me and them never actually established that type of something. But you know, I just 1 year. And majority of the people that I'm talking about I met this semester, so who knows? But the thing is, being in college, as I said, friends are not that easy to make, because it's like when you're in a high school, not even when you're in a high school, but like prior, anything before now, is like you're lucky get adopted by people. Especially as a person who I classify myself as an introvert, I just got adopted by the people that I am friends with now. I don't even know how me and them became friends. I'm pretty sure my friend group that I have right now, me and my cousin went to the same high school, so like me and she had a friend, and then I had a friend, and then that friend had some other friends, and then all of us just one day decided to be friends with each other, and that's how we have a group now. But yeah, you really just, you know, in college it's not that easy, I guess, because the thing is, a lot of people, they just come to school and go home. Like, especially if you're one of those people who come to school and just go home, it's not going to be easy to make friends, because it's just like, you know, yeah. Well, I'm a person call me hard. Anyways, friends are not as easy to make as I thought. My next thing, God is really able to carry me through. Definitely, to be honest, I think I learned that in my last year of sixth form, coming up into this year of college, because God really able. He is able. Because let me tell you, when you invite God into them studies, and I don't mean just pray before you study, I mean like truly invite God into it. Like, I understand why I talk with God, you have wisdom, help me to understand. Like, invite God into that, and I promise you, pray before you study, pray before you do your exams. What more shall I say? Like, once you invite God into that, you cannot fail, bro. You cannot fail. You can't fail. Why? Because God never fails, and my God do not wear flip-flop, so he will never flop.
My God never flop. My God doesn't wear flip-flop, so he cannot flop.
Individuality is very, 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 very important. What is individuality? Actually, let's look that up, because I know the definitions of words in my head, but then I don't actually know what they mean. Actually, individuality. So individuality is the unique combination of personality, beliefs, experiences, and characteristics that distinguish one person or thing from all others. Knowing who you are and being your own individual person is very important. It's something that I learned in my first year of college, and I think the reason why I learned that was because it's a conversation that me and my friend were having, that like when you are constantly on social media, which is a common thing for people our age, like you're constantly on social media, you literally have people forcing down your throat who you should be, what you should want for yourself, all of these things. And it's just like, if you do not know who you are, the world will try to tell you who you should be, and it is very important that you figure out who you are for yourself. And I think that another reason why it's important is because, like, you see, if you know who you are, you will know what you stand for, and you will know that, yeah, I'm not going for certain things because that's not me. Right? You see, when you just float about and you don't know who you be, you will literally do anything. Okay? You don't know who you are, you don't know what you stand for, you don't know your morals, you don't know your values. Figure out who you are. Like, you literally have to know who you are. Kind of relating to individuality, something I'm also still learning, not there yet, is that you have to learn to trust yourself. And a small way I realized that I did not trust myself, or I showed that I did not trust myself, was that I would want to make small decisions, and yeah, I want to make a small decision, and me that find some me I text my friend to ask, oh girl, what do you think me if you do about da 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 da, which outfit me must wear, da 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 da. And these things might not seem like it's a big deal. It's not a big deal, because like there's nothing wrong with texting your friend and asking her what she thinks you should do, or you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I realized that part of it stemmed from me not trusting that I knew what I wanted to do. Like, you ever had that moment when you ask somebody like to pick between two things, and then they pick one thing and you realize that that's the thing I did not want, like then pick the one you never want, when originally you thought that you did not know what you wanted. Little things like that, you realize that like just go with what you want to do. Like, you don't need to ask nobody. The other day when I was watching Bridgerton, I was rewatching Queen Charlotte actually, and there was something that Lady Danbury said. I will insert it if I can put a clip.
Perhaps I am making a terrible mistake, but it is mine to make.
There are some decisions and some mistakes that are yours, and they are yours to make. And when you make them, just take accountability for the fact that, okay, I made a bad decision, okay, I made a mistake, and move on. Like, it's not that serious. Like, you don't need to run every decision you make by somebody. Like, you. And this is why individuality is important, because once you know who you are able to make decisions that are suitable for who you are and who you want to be, right? Feelings are indicators, not directors. How I learned this is that, like, the things that you feel, they should not be what directs you in life. Like, basically emotions, searching for motivation, things like that, they are indicators of something, but they cannot be what guides you. Because the main place I believe I learned this lesson is in terms of like having crushes on people. Having crushes on people and realizing that like, oh, this person is actually a good person, but this person does not align with what I want for my life. This person does not align with my morals. This person does not align with my values. And yet, having those emotions and feelings are valid, but those emotions and feelings for this person cannot be what directs me in my life. Why? Because I already see them not aligned with me. Like, them I go so, me I go so. And the Bible says, how can two walk together unless they agree? Yeah. Like, yes, your feelings are indicators of something, but they cannot be what leads you. I also learned this in my relationship with God, because there were many days I did not feel like spending time with God, or there were days when I read my Bible and I feel like I must go on my phone. And I don't remember if that's exactly what God said about the feelings being indicators but not directors, but he basically said you don't have to do everything that you feel. Like, just because you're in my presence or just because you're reading your Bible and you feel like go on your phone, don't mean say you have to go on your phone. Like, you are not a slave to what you feel like doing. Make sensible decisions. Like, do not be a slave to your feelings, right? Even going back to the whole motivation thing, like, I think a lot of persons, we depend on motivation to get things done. I'm still a person who I'm working on that, child, because if I don't got that motivation, I'm not doing nothing. But the thing is, it all comes down to discipline. Like, if you check the average days that you feel motivated, I'm pretty sure since I started college, I can count on maybe both of my hands how many times I felt motivated to get something done. And for me, majority of the time, motivation only stems from the beginning part of something. Like it's like when I have like one project for do, like I'm very motivated at the beginning when I plan on the project, but when I actually time to carry it out, but the motivation is gone. But it's just like the assignment has to get done. So it's like, you know, your feelings are not your GPS for your life. Teachers really do take notice of those who participate in their classes and put out effort for those who do. Now, I'm not saying that teachers are doing things that teachers should not do, like making up grades for students just because they participate in your class or whatever. I'm not alluding to anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to imply. However, I have noticed that they're in the classes that I participate the most, I stand out to those teachers, and the days when, for example, say I'm absent, I never have no reason for absent for the in class, right? Or something like that. I realized that I would get away with small stuff like that versus somebody who does not participate or does not put out effort for this teacher's class. And I know a lot of us have this mentality of like, oh, like, just get your grade and done or whatever. But I personally believe that like you should try to make a connection with your teacher. Like, but I am speaking from a perspective of someone who goes to a university that has small classes. Because I had a conversation like this with one of my friends who goes to UWI, and I do have the understanding that UWI classes are very big, so it is hard to have a connection with the teacher because there's like 100 odd students in one lecture. So it's just like, how do I, you know? But I'm sure that even in settings like that, you can make yourself stand out to your teachers. So find a way. me can't give no advice on that because me not in that environment there. But find a way. Group work is actually a thing. Oh my god, when I was in sixth form, I had this one teacher who kept telling us, oh, when you got college, group work. I never take him serious, but I never lie. Group work. I say, I turn right, I turn left, I look forward, I look behind me, group work. Everybody's a group work. It's always a group work. It's always a group work. And it's so upsetting, especially when like you just as that one class, like you don't know the ability of the people them. So you could pick people in your group and them turn out to be like bad group members. But yeah, group work is actually a thing in college. Like majority of the assignments I did in my freshman year, I'll be a group work. I'm telling you, group work is a thing and you can't escape. So just prepare yourself. Just prepare mind. If you're at college, prepare mind. Make it in a group. But one advice I do have for the whole group work aspect of college is definitely show up as much as you can for your group members. Because I have noticed, as someone who does my best to show up for my group members in terms of getting my work done and not like just trying to ride off of everybody else and like get one grade even though I never do nothing, I have noticed that in the times where I do fall short, my group members pick up for me and pick up my slack because they have seen me shown up and they have seen me get my work done. You see, when you're one of them lazy people there and they know you actually have one genuine reason why you can't get the work done, nobody don't want to pick up you. I mean, people still will because like I agree them at your table, right? But you know, that's also another thing. When you're in a group, you can't have that mentality there and make people do bare foolishness when they come to you. Are you agree, you know? I agree. Like, I understand, like, there's this petty mentality that we want to have that, oh, that person never do for them part, Me, I am that type of person. Me go do them part and tell the teachers they never do nothing. Me get my grade. Me not make them to know foolishness about my work. You crazy? Are you crazy? My last thing, this are really related to my school. Me wouldn't know because I don't really hang out with people. Something I plan to change in my second year. I actually plan to go out and meet people and actually do stuff. But, right, I did not go to UWI, but I have heard a lot of stories and I am traumatized on behalf of all of the people that go to UWI. I don't let them traumatized, but me traumatized. You see, if you're going to UWI, come here. Yeah, you. If you're going to UWI, keep your head on your body. Not even just if you're going to UWI. If you're going to any school where you're going to have to leave your parents' house and you're not going to be under their jurisdiction no more, keep your head on your body. Me hear too much story. me hear too much story from people, specifically at UWI, because at least the majority of my friends them go. Too much story of people I go to college, I leave them parents' house, and all of a sudden they might forget the values, the morals, and everything with their parents raised them with them. And when you come like endless chicken down there, if you have not started college yet and you're going to a college where you're gonna leave your parents' house, please don't go to college, go run around like no endless chicken. This is specifically to girls. Because I realize I really man me gonna lose my mind. Come, read it in. Really team. College is not the place to go for love, man. College is not the place to go and love, man. Get away yourself. Get away yourself. And I understand. I get it. But I'm telling you, college is not the place to go and love a man. Cause the things that we make here from some people don't at this school, I'm stressed out. The things that we normalize down there, please, if you go at them place there, please have a head. Put on your body. And this is again going back to that individuality topic. Know what you stand for. Know why you stand for it. Because someone wanna have some personal values and personal morals, what wanna just adapt because you hear other people with it. Know why you stand for that. All that to say. Okay, I think those were 10. Was that 10 things? I don't know. But that's what I learned in my freshman year of college. I am sort of kind of looking forward to my second year, you know, doing bigger and better things. Hopefully we'll see what God has for that second year. But so far this first year of college was decent. I don't think I put myself out there the way that I intended to when I just started, but my team just did I get a little groove at the school and whatever. So, you know, second year, me go pop out. I hope that you guys can get some tips and yeah, learn something from what I learned before going to college so that you would start off college better than I did. Bye.